This is a little video for the scale of C major for beginners. So we find C, we can use middle C for the right hand by finding two black keys and it's on the left hand side. So our fingers are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and I'm placing them on the notes like this. Each finger has their own key and then fingers curved so that the fingertips will be pressing and then just the edge of the tip of the thumb. So the C major scale is traveling from C to C, one octave, and we normally play ascending and then descending. So we play with the finger numbers 1, 2, 3. Now to play the next white key, the thumb needs to travel underneath the hand. So under I go. That's why we keep our fingers curved. So there's space to travel under, and then we can angle the wrist slightly so it's a little bit of a pivot on that fingertip. The thumb prepared on the next white key, pressing, and the point at which I've reached the bottom of the key, my other fingers can travel over, lining up on each of their own notes. And that will take me all the way up to the top note C. So next is finger 2, 3, 4, 5, and back down 4, 3, 2, 1. Now with the thumb pressed down, it's reversing the action that we took earlier. So this time I will pivot on the tip of the thumb. So these fingers lift as a group together, 2, 3, 4, 5, lifting. I can pivot on the thumb and the wrist can slightly angle over here, taking my third finger to the next note down, which is E. As soon as I press that key, I release the thumb and come back into position lined up like this to press 2 and 1. We play really legato, connecting the notes smoothly together. If you want to practice this action with the thumb traveling under, you can take a tiny little bit of the scale and try this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, and over again. 1 under, 3. To practice this little transition when the thumb comes under. Really legato. When you're happy with that, then we will take it fully to the octave. So see if you can play along to this. Ready and... Really legato, so smoothly connecting those notes and not letting the fingertips come up into the air. This type of thing tends to happen. Don't let that happen. Keep the wrist lifted and level with the back of your arm and the back of the hand the same height, and let gravity do the work. Let the weight of the fingers press those keys. We're not levering from here. You see there's too much tension already. Too much work. It's the weight of the hand pressing into the keys that delivers the sound and makes life a lot easier for us. So keeping those fingertips curved. For example, if I press finger 3 now, see how easy that is. However, if I had my fingers in this shape, holding them, you can see there's tension already. This is what I see a lot of, and people think it's a press like this. No, that's way too much hard work. Wow, that's like aching my hand already. So relaxed hand, fingers just on the surface of the key and allowing the weight of the hand to articulate that key. So with the left hand, what we tend to do is start with our little finger on the C below. And we play ascending and descending. So the fingers are lined up like this with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the surface of their own keys. So we play 5, 4, 3, 2, keeping number 1, pressing and holding, traveling over with finger 3, pressing the next key, lining up, all legato, back down 2, then 3. And did you notice I already tucked my thumb under to prepare? So a little bit of a swivel, a little bit of a pivot on finger 3 whilst it's still pressing allows us to reach more easily with the thumb. And just as soon as you press that thumb, line up. They all prepared onto their own keys. So let's try that. See if you can play along. Ready, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you wanted to practice the action of the thumb coming under, you could try descending. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Which is where we will start for the contrary motion, a scale that travels in opposite directions and returns to the centre. C major in contrary motion is good fun because the fingers will pivot under at the same time in a symmetrical fashion. So here we go. 1s, 2s, 3s, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s, 3s, 2s, 1s. So those are the 3 forms that I would practice to start with. Right hand a lot, left hand a lot, contrary motion a lot. Make sure those are really secure, and the finger pattern's a muscle memory. The finger pattern is called standard fingering, and the next thing is to be able to play it with the standard fingering pattern, hands together, which is called similar motion. So the right hand starting with the thumb on C, the left hand starting little finger on C, and they travel similar motion, the same motion. So we have a different coordination of the finger numbers. It's quite tricky, but this is the next step, and you must take it steady here. So C's together, D's together, E's together, remembering at which point the right thumb travels under. So halfway between the octaves of a C and a C, we have left hand playing finger 2 and right hand playing finger 1. Notice I lined up nice and quickly. And now it's left hand 1 with a right hand 2. Over with finger 3, the 3's play together in standard fingering, next note, nice and easy, next note, remembering that the thumb comes under after finger 3, so it's a 1 with a 2 and a 2 with a 1 and 3's together, next note and next note. So halfway between the octave, I like to think of it as opposites 1s and 2s. If the left hand's playing a 2, the right hand's playing a 1, and then when the left hand plays 1, the right hand plays 2. So hands together for standard fingering, 3's play at the same time. Here we go. That's fine. Next note, 3's together, right hand, thumb under, 2 with a 1 with a 2, 3's together, next note up and next note up, next note down, 3's together, left thumb under, 1 with a 2, then a 2 with a 1, 3's together, next note down, and last note to finish with a C. That's nice to play a C major chord at the end. 1, 3, 5 in both hands. When I'm reading numbers from in the middle, I'm reading left number and then right number. So we'll try that again, see if you can play along. Ready, and 3's together, 2 with a 1, 1 with a 2, 3's together, next note up, next note up, next note down, thumb under, it's a 1 with a 2, 2 with a 1, 3's together, next note down, and next note down. And for an added little bit of bonus information here, if you can know this, this will be great. The distance between the notes have different names, and the C major or any major scale always has the same pattern. If I were to go from here to here, that's a tone. So one step like this is a semitone. Up here, 2 steps, I call it 2 steps as a tone. So there is a pattern for the major scale. So I would play, I'm just going to show you just like this so it's easier. Up a tone, up a tone, up a semitone, up a tone, up a tone, up a tone, and up 1 step, so it's a semitone. So the pattern of tones and semitones is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone for the major scale. So it's really good to memorize that. Then you have your pattern ready for all the keys.